So there is a Reuters article that came out May 10th that outlined some of Joe Biden's policies regarding climate change. Not any specific comments from him, but people that are affiliated with his campaign, advisors, people like that. And basically, he wants to find a middle ground with regards to climate change and things of that nature. So he's in support of nuclear energy as well as natural gas and carbon capture technology, which limits emissions from coal plants, industrial applications, that type of thing. He wants to, which it's a good thing, he wants to rejoin the Paris Climate Accord, which of course the Trump administration backed out of. He hasn't came out in support of the Green New Deal. And then also the article talked about how climate change is a top issue for Democratic voters, and basically what Joe Biden's strategy is that, like I said in the beginning, he wants to find a middle ground that appeals to both environmentalists and blue-collar workers, which I think is just a horrible approach to take, because literally our world is burning, our world is falling apart because this existential crisis that is climate change. So it needs to be taken seriously. We need to take as drastic of measures as are needed to combat. I got a little smoothie in my beard, to combat this issue. What was it? Just last year, I believe it was the International Panel on Climate Change came out and released their report, basically saying that we have 12 years to basically do a complete 180 on how we are living and how we're treating this planet, or otherwise these changes will become irreversible because the various kind of feedback loops that operate. So Joe Biden's approach is, fuck it, I don't care about that. I just want to get elected. So I'm going to try to, appeal to, these blue collar workers and think about, the coal fired power plants and supporting nuclear energy, when I don't necessarily agree with all of the parts of the Green New Deal. I think it's kind of a little bit too beholden to kind of corporate capitalist mindset, but it's definitely a step in the right direction, and it would create jobs in the kind of green energy sector, which is obviously better than the fossil fuel industry, because the fossil fuel industry is one of the leading causes of climate change, along with some other ones. So it's definitely time that we divest and make a firm and staunch commitment to, drastically reducing and stopping our use of fossil fuels as soon as we can, as well as the whole point about nuclear energy. That's like, I don't see how anybody could support that with just the problems that come with that, with the waste, with the potential for nuclear meltdowns, the kind of national security risk that it poses, in a sense, because if somebody gain access to that stuff that shouldn't have it, that could do a lot of damage. So I don't support nuclear energy or nuclear weapons, for that matter. And if he's really concerned about the environment or getting the support of environmentalists, I don't know why he would be coming out in support of nuclear energy or coal-fired power plants. But I will give him credit. He does want to support the rejoining the Paris Climate Accord, but basically he's just wanting to take these little baby steps, these half measures, when, like I said, that we need these really drastic changes in policy in the ways that we are living and treating this planet, or our species won't be here much longer. The planet will survive, but we won't if we don't make these drastic changes. And that's why we need somebody, the figurehead, the president, coming out and presidential candidates, people are running for president, coming out in support of these bold progressive ideas that will get us on the path to living in a more sustainable existence. So I would love to hear your thoughts on this issue. Peace. Much love.